Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to another movie review. And today's movie that I'm going to review is, I'm going to review a trilogy, and I'm going to review the Spider-Man trilogy. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy. And the Spider-Man trilogy, is a trilogy that people either love or hate, and I've seen some people mixed on it. And the movies are kind of cheesy. Yes, they are. But that's the fun parts of the movie. Of the movies, though. But so, anyways, this review is going to be on the first Spider-Man movie. So this is Spider-Man 1, which came out in 2002. Of course, directed by Sam Raimi, starring Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst, Willem Dafoe, James Franco, Cliff Robertson, Rosemary Harris, and J.K. Simmons. And this movie made $821 million worldwide when it came out in 2002, and it was the third highest grossing film of that year, and it's the 30th high grossing film of all time. So what the movie is basically about is Peter Parker, who is played by Tobey Maguire. He's a high school senior, and he looks all nerdy with the glasses and the hair. A lot of people picked on him, and he lives with his Uncle Ben and Aunt May, who are played by Cliff Robertson, the late great Cliff Robertson, and Rosemary Harris. And he likes this girl named, of course, Mary Jane Watson, who was played by Kirsten Dunst. And and he also has a friend named Harry Osborn, who is played by James Franco. And his character's father, James Franco as Harry Osborn's father, is Dr. Norman Osborn, who is played by Willem Dafoe. And so one day, Peter's class goes on a field trip to this genetics laboratory, and of course, Peter Parker gets bitten by a spider, which is a genetically engineered spider. And the next day he passes out. He wakes up, and he has perfect vision. Like, he takes the glasses off. He starts to become more muscular, and his wrist could shoot out web strings, and he gets really good quick reflexes. And so from doing since he has all that, he enters a wrestling tournament, so he could win a sports car to give to Mary Jane in order to impress her. And in the wrestling match, he is known as the Amazing Spider-Man, and he takes on Macho Man Randy Savage, the late great Macho Man Randy Savage, who plays Bonesaw McGraw. And he was hoping to win $3,000, and the wrestling match he has with Macho Man Randy Savage is a cage match, and he beats Randy Savage, and the man who runs the wrestling thing only gave Peter Parker $100 because he won the match too early. And so, like, this robber comes, and robs all the money there that they're selling for other wrestling matches. And then the robber later kills Peter's Uncle Ben. And so, after, his Uncle Ben gets killed, he's only living with his Aunt May. And, he starts to think about himself and, starts to become Spider-Man. And, that's basically the storyline for that. But you also have the storyline with Norman Osborn. He runs this corporation called Oscorp, and he tests this sort of this new contraption, this this new chemical contraption, and it tries to make him much stronger, and it goes wrong, and he starts to become his alter ego, which is the Green Goblin. And he kills one of his assistants. Then he makes an appearance at this sort of parade, riding on his glider as the Green Goblin. And a lot of people complain now about that Goblin costume, which I admit it doesn't hold up, that costume, and I agree with a lot of other people what they're saying with they say that it looks like a Power Rangers villain costume, and it does though. But I remember when this film came out, I liked the costume. I thought it was cool when I first saw this movie. But now that I look back on it, I agree with the people saying that the costume looks like a Power Rangers type villain costume. And then, well, that's basically the whole plot. You have Spider-Man going after the Green Goblin, and eventually, spoilers, but I know a lot of you have seen this movie, but Spider-Man kills the Green Goblin at the end, and Norman Osborn gets killed also. And it had a great fight scene between Spider-Man and the Green Goblin, which I thought was good. So yeah, and then you have the famous scene where Spider-Man is upside down, and Mary Jane, Kirsten Dunst kisses Spider-Man, who is Peter Parker. And so yeah, that's basically it. That's basically the whole plot to the movie, though. But some little facts that you might not know about the movie. For the directors, Sam Raimi wasn't the only one who wanted to direct this movie. Of course, this movie was in development hell for a lot of years, and they wanted Roland Emmerich to direct it. These are the directors they wanted to get before Sam Raimi signed on to the project. They wanted Roland Emmerich, Tim Burton, they wanted Chris Columbus, and David Fincher. And David Fincher did not want to depict the whole origin story. On that, they wanted to go with the Gwen Stacy storyline, the Gwen Stacy died storyline. But the studio didn't want that, and so Sam Raimi signed on. And Sam Raimi was a big fan of the Spider-Man comics, so that's why they signed him on to direct these movies. And so yeah, But originally, the original script was supposed to be was the Green Goblin, and supposedly they wanted a second villain also, which was Doctor Octopus, which they didn't use till Spider-Man 2. And so that's basically it. This is just a great movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But I know a lot of you have, though. I know some of you have seen, the Spider-Man movie. So yeah. So anyways, that's it for my review of the first Spider-Man. Thank you all for watching, and the next movie review will be on Spider-Man 2. So until that video, I'll see you all later.